The next menu we're going to look at is the old point, actually the line, what I'm going to call the line menu. And you'll be on this all the time. I use line segment. I don't use segment with given length too much. I use array a bunch. Polyline, no. Vector I do for translations. Vector from a point I do with translations. So let's just quickly look at those. You know what a line does. Click on two locations and off they go. It creates a line. If there were 2 points out in the plane already, you can just click on C, click on D, and it will create that line there. To change it to a segment, you just, of course, switch it over to segment and click on two locations or click and drag, and it will create the segment. Lots of use for those. Segment with a given length. So if you give it a starting point, you just click out there, and then you tell it that you want it to be 5 units in length. It just automatically creates it. Now the cool thing with that is if I run over there and grab J and like yank it, it actually acts as the definition of a circle. All points 5 units away from I in that case. That wouldn't happen if I grabbed F, for instance. Notice it just lets me change it or alter that without any problem. And that's because it wasn't defined by a particular length. Array, you know what array is. It has a beginning and a direction. So if I click out here in the middle at K and then another location L, off it goes into space. And those are great to be used to form angles. There's a nice little angle right there. Other ones, a polyline, it just follows you as you click around. A vector, a little more important. Again, if I click into two locations, it creates, and you can see that it creates the vector arrow. So it's got a start and a direction and a distance, and you use those for lots of things, but I use them for translations quite a bit. And vector from a point, you just select a point and a vector and it creates it from that location. Lots of good use here. Again, I would just say if you've got something selected like a segment and you create it like GH and you're not happy with it, you can always go up here and you can change it to a new color. You can go to a dashed. You can go a little bit thicker and so on. And you got lots of fun options for segments and widths and lengths, and you can lock it into position, all those good things. So a great menu, you use it a whole lot.